off that exhausting hamster wheel and into balanced living with Dr. Marissa.
Promise you joy in the mystery.
Dr. Marissa, also known as the Asian Oprah. Her mission, to be a beneficial presence on the planet. Her purpose, to be your personal advocate to live, laugh, love, learn. Her life motto, don't die wondering. Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pei.
And welcome. You're tuned in to Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA, NBC News, CNBC News, NBC Sports Radio Station, home to the Asian Oprah, and number one talk in the IE. Thank you very much. And streaming everywhere. iHeartRadio, Spotify, iTunes, TuneIn, Audible, Amazon Music, Tiki Live, Rumble, Podchaser, Streaker, Spreaker, and more. Why so many places? Well, I want to maximize my splatter zone for more hope and happiness. So I balance out all the bad news out there, all the headlines that are all negative. I used to say mostly negative. Yeah, we're lucky if we get the feel-good story at the end of the hour. Well, I decided to have a channel and a show that takes that little bit in the end and stretches it out into the entire show. You can listen to headlines everywhere else. No shortage of places, but here we do stick our head in the sand, not because we're not wanting to keep current, but what is being current out there is what a producer wants you to see, what leads, and it's not as if I don't talk about problems like homelessness, but I don't talk about it unless I have a guest that has some part of the solution, like Doors of Change. So that's what this show's about. And for those who said I would not last more than a year, it has been. As of today, I start my, wait a minute, it's on the bottom here. So, but this is podcast show 1459 and over 695 consecutive weeks. I got it right. And really, really grateful that I just passed the 4 million impressions mark on my YouTube TV channel. So I'll give myself a little love on that one. We'll celebrate that all week. And it's truly breathtaking sometimes when I look at what the show has taken on a life of its own. And I'm so grateful that even when I'm lining up somewhere or out and about, I do get recognized thanks to the cameras in the studio. And I'm recognized for positive things. And I'm so grateful for that. But thanks for joining me today. It is Monday, where we take rainy days and Mondays always bring me up, not down. Hashtag UP, hashtag unlimited possibilities. That's what we talk about on Mondays, specifically at how we can take responsibility for our own mental health and not reach for things that temporarily numb it. And this is a relatively new series that I added, I think, over a year ago, because I wanted some time to be able to address the moose on the table. That's my Canadian version of talking about the elephants in the room. And it is important that we not abdicate our responsibility and blame other people if we're not feeling good. I'm not saying that, doctors, MD doctors aside, I'm a PhD doctor, by the way, which means piled higher and deeper, but it is in psychology, but organizational psychology. So I'm not giving you medical advice. I'm not a clinical psychologist, did not want to be a clinical psychologist, but I do know that many people are not exercising their own muscle with which to be the boss of themselves. And who knows if the hormonal imbalance came from a habit of focusing on negative things or vice versa. But I do know that in my happiness coaching practice, there have been 100% of the people that I've worked with. Well, actually, there was just one who found that the medication was more effective for them. But many people have discovered that they can, through some practice and some hashtag discipline, take responsibility for their own mental health and allow themselves to feel better naturally. So that's what we do on Mondays. And we pick a topic that challenges our own good mental health. And today we're going to talk about dying and death, because I got a text last night or yesterday, late yesterday, when I was deciding what to talk about, from the husband of a client turned friend who had passed from her battle with cancer. And I was sad, as it's okay to be sad, and it's okay to cry, and tears are the disinfectant that keep your heart soft. Excuse me. And then the ensuing conversation with her husband, I thought, you know what? I'm going to process my own pain here. And at the same time, excuse me, at the same time, I'm going to talk about some Happy 88 tools from 8 Ways to Happiness from Wherever You Are. There we go. That is the Asian Oprah giveaway today. Every Monday, I give you a free audiobook copy of that book. But I thought it would be useful. There's a lot of people out there who are either in that battle with cancer themselves, and or have family and friends in that battle. And that process of dying is not an easy one. We all do it eventually, but there are some specific characteristics of terminal illness, and it's a tough time. Those who have loved ones in palliative care or hospice, which I've gone through twice now. It's just in the last 4 months. It's a time where your happiness is definitely challenged, but there are things that you can do and think and say that will help you feel better. So that's what we're going to talk about today. And I've already given you a couple of gratitudes. We start every show here on Take My Advice, I'm Not Using It, Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, with a breakfast, whether it's with my guests or my co-hosts or myself. We take a bite of my gratitude sandwich. And that's what we're going to do right now, which is top of the bun, things that we're grateful for. And Dr. Wayne Dyer, who's on the other side, beloved teacher, one of many of mine. I've been very, very fortunate to have some incredible teachers alive in my life. And he says, if you start every day with 5 gratitudes, you're going to have a great day. And I'm a recovering overachiever, and I'm Chinese. I know you thought I was Swedish. And 8 is a lucky number in Chinese. It's a homophone for good fortune. So we do 8. And then the bottom of the bun is 8 things that you are grateful for inside of yourself, also known as qualities, gifts, talents, and abilities that sometimes we have trouble acknowledging ourselves. Well-meaning parents, sometimes more mean than well, say things like, you're not all that, don't toot your own horn. In Chinese and Japanese, there's a saying, the nail that stands up is hammered down. Well, not big incentive to think well of ourselves. But if you don't like yourself, if you're not a big fan of yourself, if you don't approve of yourself, how the fork do you expect anybody else to approve of you? So that's why we do this weightlifting at the bottom of the bun, to model for you what to do before you go to bed tonight. What do you like about yourself? Because if you can do that, then you're not thinking about, oh, you're not shitting on yourself. I should have done this. I shouldn't have said that. Or ranting or remembering all the things that were done wrong to you. So that's why we do this little good life habit, hashtag Blisscipline, taking a bite of my gratitude sandwich. So if you're driving right now, please do not put your gratitudes in the chat. If you're not driving, then please do put your gratitudes in the chat. And love when people play along in my cashew gallery. I see eyeballs are rolling in. Welcome to the show, but don't chat if you're driving. All right. I am grateful for my coffee in the morning. That first being one with your coffee, I will demonstrate. Shoulders come down. There's something very delicious about that first coffee of your favorite coffee. I am grateful for hot showers. Not everybody has the ability to take a shower, let alone hot water. We live in the top 8% of people in creature comforts here in the United States. Not everybody, but a lot more than acknowledge it. Let's just put it that way. So that's 2. 3, I have a beautiful portable air conditioner that keeps me cool in this heat. People who know me, when it gets like this and I have to be outside, they are nowhere to be found because they know I have, that's the 12% that's not fabulous about me. When I don't like something, you'll know it. 4, I am grateful for food in my fridge. 5, I'm grateful I have money in the bank. 6, I'm grateful I have a stacked closet full of fabulous clothes. 7, I'm grateful I have friends like Anne Marie and like Queen Benita and my 2 daughters, Sarah and Chloe, and my bonus dad, Marty, and my longtime beautiful friend, Mary, who are my support system. And that's more than 8 gratitudes now. But this is what I'd like you to do every weekday morning with me or without me, because when you know what you have, and you love what you have, and you have what you love, then it's almost like it's a shield from the desire to put your antenna up looking for love in all the wrong places, or looking for approval, looking for likes, literally on social media, which is a very tenuous place to be, because one day they like you and the next day they don't. So we want you to exercise. I want you to, why I'm speaking in third person, I want you to exercise that muscle so you know how great you are. And if you don't feel great about yourself, if you practice this authentically, you will not just lie to yourself and say affirmations that you don't believe in the mirror, but it's a practice. It's a habit. Not liking yourself is just a habit. Liking yourself is a habit. So I want you to practice here every day morning with me. But thank you for joining me for breakfast this morning. Tomorrow morning, we'll do it again. Thanks for joining me for breakfast. And now for that topic of the day. It is dying and death. Can you be happier in this difficult time called dying and death? All right. So that is the topic of the day. And before we get into that, because I never leave enough time for some extra good interviews that I've been blessed to interview really interesting people. And we pre-record them because they're not able to come live during my regular live show. And, I'm a glutton for challenge. So that's why I do live shows every weekday morning. Most people like to pre-record, not me. I love the challenge of live shows. And I've only had to delete one show ever. And that was last Friday because there was just some horrible things going on with gremlins in the studio. And my poor co-host got sick, but didn't let me know. So that one's not going in the books. But out of 1,459 podcast shows, one out of that is not bad. But anyways, the guest that I have that I'm going to share with you now, and when we come back, we will get to that topic of the day. She is a TV personality, cookbook author, small business coach, recipe developer, freelance writer, brand ambassador, travel and food writer, blogger, photographer, social media expert, professional eater, and a psychotherapist on the side. Her name is Chef Jessica Formicola, and she contributes to Better Homes and Gardens, Parade Magazine, Matched, and The Daily Meal. Plus, she's been featured in numerous other publications, including Country Living. And you can find her at www.savoryexperiments.com. And she came to studio to give me a message about back to school inspiration, creating easy meals in minutes. And it's hard to believe the school year is coming now. And I know kids are like, but it's good for them, the school system, and it also gives you some time and to change your routine to get ready for this busiest season of the year. So here is my interview with Jessica Formicola. Enjoy.
And for busy families, that means mornings, meals, and managing the chaos. Here to help us get ahead of the hustle is TV host, supermom, and cookbook author, Chef Jessica Formicola, who's teaming up with Sprouts Farmers Market to share easy back-to-school meals and snack solutions. Chef Jessica is also the founder of SavoryExperiments.com and has contributed to publications like Better Homes and Gardens and Country Living. Welcome to Chef Jessica Formicola.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Let me give you some proper welcome. This is what I do for all my guests. I'm a big fan of affirmation. Can you tell?
I love it.
So why is gearing up for the school year important?
Well, getting ready for back to school really helps set the tone for a smoother, more successful routine, not for just back to school, but for the whole school year, right? It's about creating structure, reducing daily stress, and making sure that everybody stays energized and focused. And that's why I've partnered with Sprouts Farmers Market. They make it super simple to stock up on fresh, better for you foods at a value that helps families build nutritious meals and snacks, but without the last minute scramble, because we've all been there.
Great. And what's a great way to start the day?
I like to fix breakfast for everybody. That means the adults and the kids. Something easy, nutritious, and delicious. One fun way to kick things off is with Sprouts vegan muffins and delicious flavors like blueberry, cranberry, orange, double chocolate, or banana nut. They're baked fresh in the store every day. Or my kids' favorite, their organic Fruity O's cereal with peachy blue blueberries for a sweet, fruit-forward twist that tastes like a white peach. These are the kinds of breakfasts that are quick and filling and help everybody stay satisfied throughout the day, or at least until lunchtime.
You're making me hungry now, and I don't usually have breakfast. So definitely sounds good to eat. Now, when it comes to preparing lunches, what is your go-to?
I really like to lean into the Sprouts grab and go selections, especially the pre-packaged kids meals. They come complete with a sandwich, applesauce, chips, a bottle of water, and a cookie. They're so convenient. They're delicious. The kids love them. But for me, I love their turkey Munster pinwheel duo and the chicken salad snacker. It's made with no antibiotics ever chicken. These are protein-packed options that save time, but they still deliver on flavor and quality.
Great. And what about an after school or anytime snack?
My kids are snackers, so I really need to have things on hand unless I want them to go for chips and candy, and we don't want that. So I love putting together a fun snack board using Sprouts brand items and choosing fun things from the Sprouts bulk bins, where you can fill up a canister with as little or as much as you want, like peanut butter, popcorn, pretzels, nuts, trail mix. adding in fresh fruit like amazing candied grapes. Add some mozzarella string cheese or a peanut butter dipping sauce with fruits and veggies. The kids get balanced, protein-rich snacks that are fun to eat, but it's also super easy to make, and you can even get them involved in it.
All right, now let's go to dinner. What are some easy dinner recipes?
I love how convenient it is for me to get in and out of my local Sprouts Farmers Market because dinner doesn't have to be complicated to also be delicious. And Sprouts has ready-to-heat family meals that are weeknight lifesavers for me. Try the Sprouts grass-fed Salisbury steak with red skin mashed potatoes, or my personal favorite, it's the penne pasta with pesto with no antibiotics ever chicken. They're fresh, they're flavorful, and they're ready in minutes. And these meals have homemade comfort, but without prep or cleanup. So you get that quality time at the dinner table with your family without the stress. They're so good for the nights when you've got soccer practice and homework and all of the other after school groups that kids have.
Well, you heard it here from Supermom. And if you didn't catch all of it or you didn't remember all of it, where's some place we can go to make sure we are reminded?
Sprouts.com/back to school has more recipes and snack ideas.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Jessica. This is really fun. I thought I was a fast talker, but you definitely do better than I do. But it really shows how much you care about your kids and what goes in their body. So thank you very much for coming into studio today and reminding us to go to www.sprouts.com/back to school. Thanks so much. And now go and have the best day ever. Thank you, Jessica.
Thank you.
back your life with Dr.